Hi everyone, welcome back again to Gogo Mujaji Spiritual Channel. Okay, so thank you for the subscriptions and everything else. Okay guys, I appreciate that a lot. So Togozani Gogo, Togozani Mkulu, more especially you guys who have been through initiation, or maybe you're still going through that process. Okay, so I'm talking about the water spirit. It's a finale because I have done the first and the second part of it. So now I'm just gonna close it off. Okay, so we're having the Nzunza spirit, we're having Inkanyamba, we're having Inkosazana, we're having the mermaid spirit. So what is the difference, guys? In that, I've mentioned 4 different names. What is the difference? Trust me when I say there is no difference at all. Okay, the difference is that we tend to understand things differently and narrate them differently, or should I say explain it differently. All right, so here we're talking about a water spirit, a water serpent that actually dwells in rivers, dams, lakes, you name it. Okay, as long as there is water, that spirit lives in there. So now the only confusion is that some will think maybe, yo, I possess the mermaid spirit, I possess the Inkanyamba spirit, I possess the Nzunza spirit. You get that? So all in all, only to find that it's only one spirit. You just have to understand it better. Remember that that spirit is actually a shapeshifter. So it's gonna come to you in different ways, more than one, okay? It's gonna come to you differently many times, many a times. So it's kind of like confusing. You will see a snake at one point, a black snake, a water snake. At one point you will see a fish. The next thing you will see a mermaid. The next you will see a zebra, something like that. But when you look closely, you can see that this looks like more like a human, you know, depending. So don't get confused, because this spirit is a shapeshifter. It depends only on its emotions at that present moment, and what is it that they want to show you at that present moment. So that's how it's gonna present itself to you. All right, and depending on where you come from as a person, the history behind, all right, your lineage, exactly, your totem, exactly. So it has more to do with that. So don't confuse yourself. When you see a snake, you will find that maybe it's part of your lineage. It's part of your lineage where you come from. Okay, at some point snakes are there. So you just have to make a research, your own research, where you come from. Okay, some, they see fish, they can see a fish mostly. Why? Because there is a history behind that. Some will see a zebra. Why? Because there is history behind that. Maybe Umutswana, you get that, Umutswana, and you guys relate more with a zebra. So Umuperi, Umutsonga, you guys relate more with snakes. But you expect, you get what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying you have to make that research. Oh, sorry about that. You have to make a research as to where you come from, your own lineage, you know. That's why you have to find yourself, your history, and making that research before, so that you can be able to understand exactly what kind of spirits do you possess. Okay, so that you can be able to understand, yeah, and be able to make that spirit work in your favor, not against you. Right? So how do they get attached to us? Like I said, it has more to do with your own lineage. You will find that there was a covenant that was actually made in the olden days between your great grandparents. Okay, madlozagin. Maybe you will find that yes, there was some kind of like a covenant between them and that water spirit. Okay, let me cut it short, guys. You know, this water spirit, in short, it's a deity. Don't get it twisted. It's a deity. Okay, that's why they have to do some kind of like a ritual sometimes. Okay, to appease this spirit, because once this spirit is angry, you can see it yourself. You can see it yourself because it operates with thunderstorms, you know, heavy rains, things and stuff like that. So mostly for some of you, you might not necessarily see a snake, but you can see something like a tornado. That's how they will present themselves to you. Okay, you can see a tornado, more like a wind spinning, something like, you know, and you can only hear a sound or someone talking behind that, but you don't see who's there or whatever. Okay, that's the spirit of the thunderstorms, exactly. Okay, so it's more like a deity. Don't get it twisted. It has been going on for years, should I say. Okay, so it's more like our great grandparents. They are the ones who understand this story even more. What is it that is happening behind it? Okay, because in short, some use it badly, some use it the right way, some use it the bad way. So that's why you will hear people saying, hey, water spirits are evil, you know, things and stuff like that, because of the things that are actually being practiced these days that are actually right or wrong. Remember that there is always a bad side in everything, you know. There is always a bad side in everything in life. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Well, it all depends on you, how you take things. But all in all, there is a bad side in everything. We can have all the traditional healers, but amongst us, we have the bad in it. We can have the pastors amongst them. We have the bad within. We have the bad within. So it all depends on you. What is it that you want to see? Okay, what is it that you want out of that? You get what I'm saying? So you can go on and on saying that water spirits are bad. You can go on and on, you know, different strokes for different folks. It depends on you. It's all on you. What is it that you want to believe? Okay, and the path that you want to take. That's why you have to understand your path first before you can do just about anything else. Because I'm getting the sense that we're having lots and lots of traditional healers that are actually losing the way, simply because of knowledge, you know. That's why they say that knowledge is power. Sometimes asking your grandparents while they're still alive, what is it that is happening, you know. I, for one, I did that research, asking so much that I want to understand what is it that is happening, until I got to the core of exactly what is it that is happening, instead of assuming. You get that? So these spirits, they might possess you simply because there was some covenant that was actually happening in the olden days between your spiritual guides and that. If you have been following me from the word go, you will remember that there was a time where I spoke about it, the incarnation, where maybe in the olden days there was a king or something like that, someone of a noble, someone very noble, and this person was supposed to be, maybe this person had to die at some point. We all go through that. That's why we're here, because at the end of the day. Okay, so for them to let this person go simply because this person is noble, and maybe the reincarnation process is over, so they had to reincarnate that spirit to some form of an animal. Okay, so mostly those snakes were actually used for the spirit to dwell in that. That's why you will think that sometimes you have some snake ancestor and you don't understand. So maybe they can come to you, Motuari, okay, or and then you wonder, how can or you can't even recognize, you can't see them simply because they were reincarnated. There is no way they will come to you in a form of a human being. So that's why you will always see a snake. Even when they come and visit you, they come in a form of a snake. You will have those times when you will see a snake, okay, coming into your surroundings, okay, be it your house, you can see a snake, but they're not harmful. Exactly, they're not harmful. So sometimes you will find that it is only you who can see that snake and nobody else. When you be like, hey, noha, noha, you noha, noha. And then when people, they suddenly come and want to see, no one can see it because it was only there for you. Okay. Maybe it was a sign that they were just trying to say, hey, we are here, we are protecting you, watching you. You get that? So, but eventually you can't see their face simply because that person was reincarnated. So that's why I'm saying you have to make a research as to find, to do the findings, man. Okay, the kind of spirits that you possess is really the Inkanyamba, or it's someone from your family of which was reincarnated into a snake. Okay, that's why in most cases, if it was a member of your family that was actually reincarnated into an animal, that's why you will be forbidden to be eating fish. That's why you will be forbidden to eating snakes and things and stuff like that, because it's more like you eating yourself right there. Okay, so some, they don't even bother, like they eat just about everything and nothing happens to them, and you will wonder, oh, mutio barona le badimba mets mara uja hlapi uja in. You know, remember that mermaids, remember what do snakes eat in the water? You got your answer there. So you will find that for some of you, you crave so much of fish, you crave so much of that. It's because your calling, guys, will never be the same. It's different. So story because it will never work in that manner. That's why you end up losing your path right there, because you just want to compare your story to someone else's story. Your story and my story, it's a different country. Okay, it's a different country. So the only thing is for you to make a research on yourself, your family, your lineage. You get that? So that you don't end up getting confused. Yeah, because I can tell you that, I can tell you this, someone will tell you something different, because their path is different. That's why you don't have to take everything that everyone is actually saying. So you just say, you leave the rest. All right. So if it okay, maybe if it resonates with your life, then you will understand. Or no, maybe somewhere along the line, there is something common between Nalimutiu or something like that. You get that? But if you find that no, I don't relate to this story, then it simply means that the path is not necessarily the same. Okay, that's why the initiations will never be the same. That's why you'll find that you go to an initiation school, the next thing, it's because of things were not actually done right. Because the way we initiate someone with a disorder spirit is different from the way we initiate someone anangly than the whole spirit. And another thing, we have the universal spirit, of which is the prophetic spirit. Some but confuse the spirit with that one. Okay, the prophetic spirit. Okay, we call it istunya. Yeah, some of them babas confuse no. Okay, sabu profeta mara profeta waka meeting, and I'm like, okay, all right. Only to find that it's complex. Like I said, when it comes to the water spirit, it's complex. You have to understand you see, because they will tell you, hey, or it's the spirit, because they know that if they can come straight to you, telling you exactly your path, you will never accept it for what it is. So like I said, they shape shift. So you will do everything, the rituals, thinking that or something like that, I'm a prophetic whatever, only to find that then you must go to the lakes and have a bath there, things and stuff like that. only to find that you are possessed by the Nzunza spirit, that spirit that the spirit that dwells in the legs. Okay, and by you doing so, it's more like now you are igniting that spirit, okay, in you, not knowing. That's why I'm saying that even those spirits are very tricky, because they know that most people are afraid of accepting who they are or accepting their own callings because of the things that are actually being said out there, or whether the good or the bad, okay, you name it. So it's more like now people are scared because of the things that are being said, you know. So how do you relate to the story? So you just have to be careful, okay? Pay attention to your dreams. What is it that you're seeing? What is it that is being said there? What is it that is expected of you before you jump? Okay, before you jump, exactly. Because that's where the mistakes will occur. All right. So, bakana initiate wrongly. You know, it's just that I can't just about reveal just about everything, but then they can and then they initiate you wrongly, wrongly, of which there is a way, different ways, okay? And but you're not healed. It's because of the way, okay? Exactly. And then you continue to suffer. At the end of the day, you continue. And then you wonder how, where did I go wrong? Because I went to be initiated, but now my problem still persists. My problem is still there. So what is it that I didn't do? Okay? Guys, to embark in this spiritual journey, okay? That's why sometimes you don't have to choose as to where should you go or whatever. So you must listen to your own spiritual guides. No, don't go this direction, go that direction. They know exactly why, because it is them who know exactly. Okay? Exactly that. So more often than not, and then you don't know, because you're not healed at the end of the day. We put our things and stuff like that. Or one problem you can't be healed. We can't see anything. It's because of that spirit, you know, it rolls more on your spine. Okay? You can't do most of the things because of that spirit. You see, some end up being paralyzed. It's not a good thing because of that spirit. Things are not actually being done the right way. Okay, so you just have to be careful about such things. Mostly, yes, it's a problem. You find that the not swinging too much. Then that's when you will know that you're being possessed by that spirit, the water spirit. Okay, exactly, the water spirit, the main man. We call it the main domain. You rule all these water spirits in there. Okay, so just be careful and pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to your spiritual guides. But never strict, man. Trust me when I say they're strict. They will come and they will tell you exactly what to do, where to go. But because we're human, we choose whatever we want to choose. We believe whatever we want to believe. You can never do anything. You can never say anything to them until they learn the hard way, exactly, and do the right thing. Because there is a way of you collecting that spirit and put it at rest, put it at peace, so that it can work with you, not against you. Okay? And we still have those who don't actually necessarily possess that spirit, but they go and invoke that spirit for their own gains. Those are two different things, like I said. Okay? So you just have to be careful about that. Your path and someone else's path will never be the same. Okay, so we just have to be careful, because it's easy. You can invoke such spirits these days. So it's either you invoke the spirit, or the spirit lives within you. So okay, because there is a lot that is actually happening. You just have to know your path, understand okay. So ukasivile nzonze wabale Inkanyamba, wabale memate, wabale, it's only one spirit. It comes in different forms. So go tlatjwa mo situations tsa gago, your path le badimo ba gago, or that spirit, how does it appear in your life? Okay, pay that to hit. Make that research. Ask if needs be, so that you can be safe. They will at least inform you with whatever that needs to be informed before you jump the drum. Okay, so that's all that I'm having here for you guys. Okay, so if you have anything to ask me or whatsoever, check the description box. You will find my email address where you can ask me whatever that you want to ask me. Okay guys, so that's all that I'm having here for you for the water spirits. So all in all, next time Kitlodira a video about the prophetic dream. No, not necessarily a dream, but a prophetic spirit, because that spirit is actually universal. Okay, so I'll be talking about that on the next video. So until then guys, have a lovely weekend. Okay, from me, subscribe to the channel, hit a notification button so that you'll upload next time I do a video. Okay, until then, bye bye.